Reverend say Kofi say ono wabo kotoko ne bi edu ba bi ko ne Robert Mensa nyina ye de omo fa sumankwa ahene e de nhoma kyekere omo kon eye niema ebo akotoko mo omo gi African Cup team no wabo ache wo ye legend na no wote se kotoko hene ese ope African Cup na ono Reverend say Kofi say osre nana obia ni Ghana ha ni wiase obetimi ama kotoko asan be ye superior a chain opim so
ono ankasa
ti o se de ope no e wo ono ane ho
abo Reverend so o kan dia na no
asibi Reverend say Kofi
so ano de say watra Ghana
ono ankasa
ti o se de ope no
nti we hia press ba
abo Reverend dia
no asibi come on no de eh sala ko de say watra Ghana Oko Africa. And you waiting a place for African. And you will come of another dear. Hey, but quite it is Saturday. And a football also. Ronaldo, I had a city band at this guy at home. Nana Aka, Nasa, or Cassia, a Yahodian, and I'm wow. The Omuhiano. And from more, Mr. Diabaya, players in the song to be a Kanaka because. That kind of plan here, so already experience with Africa Craft Championship now. They are especially North. We are there, and I can and say, and California, and then another Baba transfer now. Much richer. Now, got a company officer of Boas, and I said, and I can and a crop. I Africa Cup. Now, got and some finance men. They say,
okay, the or simple you for an uncushia, no more country said the all here no. E wo no ane ho de obeyiska bia no omfa nkofa North Africa players ni bi nyina amra ha eno eyensema Reverend Osei Kofi ede atu edwa one man Reverend the Black Side the na men start a conversation
some Reverend kan Reverend ni nyansa papa so ka so ka obi obo ball na dwemu da ho Reverend na osan ye gidifo ka no kre nti o kan bi se yempempanimfo bi na omonko na omon ni na nanko kasa na hu de Manchester say me kotoko media chire papa president for friend Mr. Kotoko president for friend Mr. Kotoko kotoko dimiti che obia na ebreso semtra kotoko yen so atwenase obra da to no bi so befa obi se pokunti kwasi apia any Reverend omiensa omun devote time na omun yesade no omun kan kure omun ko kan na beti na on fanisa tunubotomu ofa phone kasa kire company be miensa de outside offshore company kra be ba nye local enye din kra ansa na ni friend be kasa to bo no na nasi bi so into the mission no a final one okay to Reverend Nankasa any pokunti ni kwasi apia omiensa
omonkora na ho
and take that steps now na omonkora results
okay and
omokano kre
yeah
discuss omsa se omfanko adwuma no omben coffee
okay and then so Herbert Mensah throw the same thing say yen support Kotoko any local football no na eye magana nyina o share picture of Ensmedendo abra wo ba Kotoko no Rich Park why ma training grounds Kotoko bia she jesi red omo she white and kra no uniformed attendance timi say ye deteriorate pa enti we ye Reverend say Kofi die no memali enua Stonches say Ghana ye din nanso ade sa besa na obi adidi one man supporter 2022 or say one man be kunipa Stonches the black soldier ne de no staff sergeant dan so okay or say or sheshu no greetings to you or one man supporter or say omo twan with den so we are waiting for you in reference to what we discussed enti one man soldier for so omo so omo twan ti nyame adoma enkra no na why ne kama edi amomo week mu enkomo aye nyina ye die ene ye ko Belgium under 17 under 14 under 12 omo building na ba national team na utimu say synergy wo ho omo pattern of play ne ye ka na ye fe ye ko England ye ko fa Tariq Lamptey ne hudson-odoi omo nyina fi youth teams na omo de abanda 7 but do Ghana so a ye ko Black Star just ye ko high plane ne di chini ko Spain na ne abusa say Ghana ni bia mewo wo ha ye ko pe bi ne di omo aba yes na ama pressure kakra aba because ye ni plan no one thing I'm say Ghana for nyina ha omo na ye ni san komo no one man supporter wo ha youth teams echi na we started D first
yes
o first trip no na 91 neboa
there be 89 across Scotland
89 and one Ghana under 17 yes. Under 16
under 16
sponsor no kra na ye hwan
o that till time
under 16 ye de cross Scotland and ye de I say ye youth teams ni nyina asay ye ne Faisal Yusuf Chipsa and AD and Komo ene
so can say or starting come on me hu no
aha
can me hu bakro
okay and o share ni dwumadi a odina oye say title no me just a minyanchemu football high performance coach na we ni de bi nyama krom ha say bia ye technical bench ye say high performance de bi nyama ha ti me menti ase je say mesua kakra ye na dikan din komo dada na first I mo akwaba me so twi ne de obe try pa because
me twi
pa da bi se na woni Ghana ha me ko abroche me di 6 years a me ba wo se
ye wo ha
ye wo ha
yeah
be se me di 6 years o abroche me ba obi ade twi kasa ma me
oba wo me landing o ma Ghana da no ye ne Nigeria ko ball landing I shegwa number sebise ntonso de ne ye no si park no be sebise no san ko so ye ma Ghana da you can change situation but can't change life
okay enti Faisal ewa Faisal from
you remember so
yes
one man we see then we are mo container no how
one man yeah bre papa yeah but on say wa mba show so na man for frame na mo ha me say
ene ma minim doso
say wa chini wa bre but Mr. ene ma me komo no
me jai o frame me ba
me frame no abam first upset from amanfo nim say what attend the Prempeh College from Prempeh College na o movie from Ghana to play football in the United States but after football no that is where say what did you start doing after football in the US and how and what transition to become a FIFA football high performance coach
I think so after me graduated from University of Delaware US just like everybody else no still I'm person bobo
okay
you know nti me ko nene mo ko Sweden e ko nene mo na Mr. Sam Chico US
okay
you know and me enter into me computer science
okay
nti I thought says a bono and shadan ko ya and me come back na makopa mejuma bia yo US
okay
nti me started computer science for about 6 months
okay
but me sure na passion in shadan him although I say manage computers and all right but me former coach people doing komoka and say you know I started a in computer science but then passion in new to say I'm involved in football and society I want to do something in football and I say okay society I can still apply my computer background in football
all right
so time na fina analysis I started a bus system at that time there like
okay
12 years
analysis
ago.
Enye the radio so no
there be
football analysis
okay. This is analysis where you're using data and video to find solutions and problems and help develop players and that's the analysis now you know I thought so okay now me put them in him say bb sapo was possible to apply technology in football or advice him you know and me started taking my badges so I started from grassroots taking my badges still and me apply my computer background you know free volunteer na into me
okay
but not passionate or intimidating more serving in all areas in football be assistant coach be head coach while still doing the analysis
university
or university
who be head coach of the university
assistant coach
Assistant
or
coach.
university or
University.
free honor. My first head coach job or Division 2 team
Okay.
US.
Okay.
Well, yeah. And I'm in Moana. I'll be FIFA say.
Say only FIFA na ye adwuma.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Na analysis and technical direction activities are also to what end, like who analyze it there.
So the main thing about analysis now is to improve performance.
Okay.
That's what analysis is about.
Okay.
I think even before data criteria we all analyze game. So say even as a footballer, you have to analyze it at some point.
Yeah.
Because you want to come up with reasons as to why a problem we see and I go away by it. That's you analyzing. But analysis is different from commenting. Analyzing means looking at where the problem started and possibly coming up with solutions
Okay.
to counter that. And in addition to improving players,
Okay.
that's the most important thing. So it has to be solution to improve players. And yes, then you're not really analyzing the game. You're just commenting.
Fantastic. And as I see, before some about FIFA, no, at a point we heard say Ghana Airport technical director and you applied. Say but we can go back. You applied for the technical director job, that time. Meaning, now what the requisites, credentials to apply. Now Umfili say you were too young to apply for the role of a technical director. From US now busy and now apply for the job.
And at that time, I didn't even think of age.
Okay.
Honestly, because now I thought at least I had some knowledge in that field, having worked from grassroots to administration to coaching. Then and I thought I had the knowledge, experience. Then I said that in the USA, all right. But I thought when it came to knowledge and inquiry, I was ready. Honestly, I just applied. I shoot my shot, and I'm afraid me. But the one thing I did, I was very proud and said I did my research. I did not only send in my application, my application, my family. No,
Yeah.
I did a thorough research of Ghana football, grassroots, talent identification, managing resources, national teams. Then and I prepare about almost 80-page dossier the Sunday,
80 pages of Ghana football research.
Yeah.
And now they send you
including my
application.
Yeah.
To you want for application and why
No.
you show them say you know the problem.
Yes.
And a solution can one problems in the
Solution count.
But you see as a document no FA and I work also work.
More copy right seminar Sunday, but they have it because
80-page document.
I may interview, they brought it up.
Okay.
You go through.
Go through. Okay.
I'm
Okay,
sure
so they actually invited you for an interview.
They did.
Okay.
They did, yeah. President Frame,
Okay.
MET, and then we've even have been in touch since then. So
Okay, fantastic. From there to see Annie say FIFA. How did you get there? Because him say Nancy Ebeshena One Arsene Wenger, top coaches. Then I went to FIFA and DNA Ejuma we were FIFA actually.
So FIFA hired Arsene as chief of global football.
Arsene Wenger.
Yes, Arsene. And the
task.
task.
Me patcho more share what TV so no Abrante na yede na kasa more share no ne Arsenal former coach and FIFA panyipa technical area ho na Arsene Wenger na one no ewo ho sisi a more share no, so that is where ye wo ye chirchim ewo ne journey no. Nti Arsene Wenger and a FIFA fan, then what was the next step for you?
Yeah, when Arsene came in, I think FIFA had tasked to help develop the game globally. What Arsene did was he looked around and put together a team on the supporting to reach that vision, which is the talent development scheme. And what they did was every confederation, and they were looking for people with first deep knowledge on the continent in Africa, and then also knowledge about the game, the modern game, and how to marry both for the project. And I was recommended penyin bi okromo recommended me.
Oh, Ghana
Emma,
need a recommend
yeah.
you. Wow.
Emma FIFA and honestly they reached out and I went through a series of interviews. Yes, they recommended me and I did you know.
Okay, through interviews.
Yeah.
A FIFA panel.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, I had a series of interviews, and this is probably the best interviewer and the most difficult one I've had. Me the job to be one of 15 specialists that would work with ASEAN and on talent development with all the 211 member associations of FIFA. That's where I came up with the title as a high performance specialist.
Under FIFA, you can also be a high performance specialist. You analyze,
Yes.
yeah.
So we look at all areas in talent development.
Okay.
And high performance simply means doing the right things at the right time all the time. That's very simple, you know.
Doing the right things. One man person capture code to Nontino.
Yeah. You want to do the right things
Uh-huh.
at the right time all the
the
time.
time.
Yeah. That's high
Okay.
performance. A good example would be Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is a high performance athlete,
Okay.
because he eats right, he trains right, he sleeps right. He does all the things that he needs to do as an athlete, whether he's on the pitch or not. That's a high performance life, and it's very difficult to live that kind of life or even work in high performance. But that's what simply high performance means.
Ghana, really, but I classify me say as supporting.
Says
from-
what are there? You need high performance. support.
Hey, who told you?
Who can't hear me say? Men frɛ wansa na waba.
Okay.
Eti abranteɛ no life no ɛyɛ very interesting. FIFA panel through interviews. Arsene Wenger me fan say board that wa for me and I say people are up more from various continents, you know. Say oh yeah from Africa. So my first activity or country ben.
So out of 15 specialists, you teach countries now. 15 and you know.
Okay.
Me with 3 others, we're looking over Africa and a few Asia and CONCACAF countries. Into so far, no many countries. I'm in the same camp.
Oh, what's that? And you're confidential. There be a countries I will monitor. Yeah, but
Ghana and Ghana.
Ghana and Ghana.
Ghana and Ghana. No,
Okay,
Ghana
and you are safe.
Yeah, Ghana and Ghana.
Whoa. I think say a very rewarding for Ghana, very refreshing to hear.
But Ghana opponents account.
Ghana opponents.
Yeah.
Walk up na econo.
Africa.
I said Ghana opponent there.
Ghana opponents so be a Ghana opponent, right?
Okay, yeah, fans Africa, there will be a Ghana opponent.
Yeah.
But GMA your friend when then said walk through FIFA interview and I have found. It means say you know a lot to be able to pass through barriers now I could do level like Bema Africa some parts of Asia some monitor na monye adwuma development and performance. Yet biggest problem in Ghana here talent identification, recruiting players to national teams. Na omobe keep you high performance till the level you benya maximum you bet maximize your talent our Black Stars. We don't get it. What do you think is the problem? Because we are 80-page documents a development of Ghana research.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think obviously you need a plan for BBTCSR, but I don't think plan any your biggest issues. I say your biggest issue is, as I explained earlier on, the high performance, doing the right things at the right time all the time. It sounds simple, but and yes, simple, sir. And it's a common mistake that you see on the African continent. The way FIFA works, you know, say una your technical director for Ghana Football Association. And I say you don't know what to do. FIFA is there to help. There are documents, resources, both financial and technical, to help you do your job. The TNA say when you will make decisions, no, is where you have to have the right mindset and live that high performance life. Knowing said this is the right thing to do, then you have to do it. And Trema will be Mbeka and sana, why are the right things? You have to be disciplined enough, to do the right things, all the time. And for some reason, that simple thing is the most difficult thing for most countries to do.
We saw our under 17 in 1989, 91, 95, 93 coming, to the late 2000s. You who say omo 5, 6, 7 bebo Black Star moko under 23. Say the last under 17 I call none of the starters and the Black Stars after 5 years, apart from Kudus, I know you trained by Right to Dreams Academy. I know yet normal.
Yeah.
But you say talent in the bureau. Do you think the process now you defa under 17 any under 15 players who come no? Are you right?
Oh, whether it's right or wrong.
Now, is it the process now you form no?
Let me explain the process now.
Okay.
Right, and then so we name what it is here probably better than I do. Make me explain it and then you can kind of equate it and see if it's if it's the same.
Yeah, if we said you see identify talent.
Yes.
To recruiting them.
Yes.
Okay.
So first of all, you have to define a philosophy for talent identification. What exactly do you mean by that?
Okay.
First, you have to define talent, and talent can be defined in so many ways.
Okay.
We'll call South America. How to define talent is different.
Okay.
Uba Africa, it's different. We'll call Europe and so on. It's different. Icelandic is the same. More talent for them is probably height and physique. Uba Ghana, maybe it's more technical. We'll call England as I say Kakra. But Obia, when the definition of talent, some could be speed, some could be emotional, some could be tactical awareness. When I would say would define what talent means to you based on your culture.
Okay.
And Tienfane said, if I want to define talent in Ghana based on Unifria and how we played football, I would say we are very, very technical. We've been gifted with that. We can solve problems no matter what. Decision making, it's where we probably lack a little bit. The technique alone is not enough. You have to apply technique in contest, and that's where I think our youth struggle. And then only you teach that. Teach that. You wouldn't also define it where you want to start. In England or in Europe, some start as low as 9-10 years.
Yeah, more identify more.
Yes.
9-10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some wait until age 12 or 13 or 14. Again, there is no right or wrong. When I would say we define what works for you. And assuming you don't find it at age 12 here, that's where we actually start to detect talent. But that foundation phase, there has to be a clear plan as to what we teach.
Okay.
Take it as your education system say your education curriculum we use all across the country.
Yes.
Call Eastern, Western, Central. We are all using the same curriculum.
Yeah.
It has to be the same for football.
Okay.
And we'll call youth teams in Cape Coast what the coaches are teaching should be the same. We'll call Eastern region, Greater Accra, Northern region, Tamale. It has to be the same. And that has to be developed by the Football Association.
Okay.
Precisely the technical director. And with that philosophy, it has to be in our coaching education courses. It has to be there.
Okay.
Because when the coaches go to get educated, that philosophy has to be there. That's where the coaches learn.
Okay.
At the same time, so it has to be shared across the whole country, because and yet coaches inquire and developer players. We're talking about football and there are kids listening.
Okay.
And it would be advisable say we also know exactly what that plan is. So when we are speaking football at that age, we can communicate the right words and the right message for kids that are listening. The kids can also learn from watching TV.
Okay.
Same thing for fans that go to stadium to watch.
Okay.
Almost they
understand the country, no philosophy.
It's like your language we speak here, whether it's Ghana, English, Tree, it should be the same. When we're speaking football language all across the country, it has to be the same. Until you define that philosophy and share it with everybody now, then we are not doing the right things, because Ubako Sunyani, they're teaching something different, or they are defining talents to be different. Maybe more to talent means to be our speed.
Uko speed.
Exactly. Maybe so your national team, no talent is not about speed. It is a club will Kumasi recruit 2 players to his club and based on that on speed. Not national teams. So it's not about speed. The communication is wrong. That means we failed.
Yes.
Right? Into the clubs would not be recruiting or identifying the right talent and putting them in the right environment to develop players for the national team, because the communication is just not done properly. Until you define and share that philosophy all across the countries, put that in your coach education system, share that with everybody, then again, from beginning on, we've lost it already. That is the most important thing. And then from there, we'll look at their coaches, from the foundation age from 9 to 12. I'm going to do 13 to 15, so completely different.
Okay.
To say the OC right?
Yeah.
You start from the foundation.
Yeah.
If you don't have a good foundation or a strong foundation, I don't think you can build a beautiful structure or a healthy one. It's not going to work.
Wow. Say, metie de oche muna. Menka say, onka say ye wrong. But me a me sha. Ya to ye ho agu.
Me hu de nti o man fa no.
Anya da bia no de o de to.
Me
Eye serious. Because answer na o man ye beka say ye develop talent na obi ye talented no. Iceland o wana ebia o technique akra bia mo hu say wo talent o mo pe height. Ma read about Papaya Oscar Tabares, philosophy for Uruguay. Omo dey a bit of aggression and mentality. Omo na mo friend talent to be omo no say what strong mentality. Obi ana na dey nti ye dey no ye talent no ye ka so obi wo talent any say. Bia obeko sunyane obi a otimi head ball bia omo so wo talent. Obi so dribble kakra nti ye be for team no na dribblers 9 and the 11 no. Yes ya nti ye share then define ade a pese ene o say start ya che kura 12 years. O say de she nkura num say Ghana ball aye boni.
But even before 12 Nikrana, do you remember what I was saying?
Before 12 no there was say
Before 12 no. I'll give you example. I used to Belgium because Michel Sablon developer Belgium way is part of the high performance team.
Okay.
And you know that usually I interact with him because he did a wonderful job at Belgium.
Okay.
What they did before age 12 and they said youth games they don't keep scores.
Youth games they don't keep scores.
No, it's all almost like festivals. They just set up smaller games, 4v4, 3v3. No games. No.
Not to
and
say
the reason why exactly they did was competition for him, because the moment you introduce competition, now for coaches really want to focus on winning and not enforcing the right things. It worked for Belgium. In other areas it's different.
Okay.
I mean, Kaya said we should do the same here, but we have to define something similar like that. Say creative players is what we require as talent to play in the national team. Then that means at that foundation age, we should encourage more dribbling. Because nyesa kwala be dribble no your mistake and after coach I bet you no say jai menye bi no you no better no, because you are discouraging that creativity. Meanwhile, that's what we require to play in our youth and senior teams.
Okay.
To that right there, you've killed the talent.
Okay.
But because we don't have that shared philosophy, we are doing different things.
Yeah, different.
Exactly.
Till before age 12, I was say develop it. We have to develop it from be a 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yes.
And some do 12 or ball.
Yes. So at that foundation, if it's dribbling your part, okay, from 9 to 12.
Yes, you're dribbling.
It's dribbling. 1v1, 2v2, nothing more. And just allow creativity. For 3 years. Dribbles are 1v1, 2v, because again we are building.
Yeah.
The idea is just learning, skill acquisition, and then you go to 9 to 12. You can start introducing
the philosophy.
Exactly, with how to understand space, teammate movement, and the kikano. Again, ages and stages are important. When to mean enko kindergarten, enko kacha kolasa on solve college algebra. It's not there yet, but you have to build that player until obidu college no solve algebra no.
Okay. There is a question. I was want to mean KG now can't or unsolve be a college for or more mathematical
Pythagoras theorem
na say algebra man nko any sequence and why would me call enti say ekoba ne saade a na che say akoda wadi 20 years and 19 so untumi man nkosua a bede e che say watwam but say wo hwe ye players na coaches ne complain say under 24 na fe no obekire mo pass ye coaches ne complain na no any large groups akasa o see ni senior players o mo team o mo ye 40 o mo di broni coach by o say 14 pen na ye footballers it means say Oma Messi from age 9 up to 25 no Oma Messi all the years.
Yes that's exactly right.
That is what we are doing here.
That's what we are doing. If they are complaining that say put here 83% of players are competing in Champions League final 16 round. 83%, yes, okay. 83% of them made first team at age 17.
83% of players are more competing with UEFA Champions League round of 16 ever final.
83% of them make first team appearance at age 17.
At age 17,
yes.
No man make first team appearance.
Exactly.
It means Oma mature
early. Exactly.
Because Oma for development.
Exactly.
How do you calculate all this? Because data in here, 83% means that Oma pass it.
Yeah. But the data is gold now. No, data no, you have to interpret it, but you have to look for facts. When we say we have our eyes already share a game media, but not everything we see is always right. But the data is there for you. Data proves or denies your point. So if you're not using science or data now, I very likely say whatever it is you're doing, you're probably wrong because you're not basing it on facts. So even when it comes to talent identification, you still have to use data.
Yeah.
Because now, if I want to pick, if I say number 2 and number 3, I'm going to measure that against the international standard. It is Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Open number 2 or Ghana.
Yes.
What the never measure Trent?
Yes, because that's the international standard.
Okay.
How what distance is he covering in the game? How many passes? It's all measured now.
Okay.
So I'm going to use that as a benchmark. And to say me develop a player from her, I know said this is the benchmark that I'm supposed to meet. Then I have to work my way. Other than that, then you're just going to be working and not measuring yourself against international standards. So data for me is a big difference in football now. But it has to be used properly. And yes, you're just throwing out the numbers. So because I make it 10 passes, but 10 passes, no, you also have to look for quality. Meets me above all, 10 passes can be negative sideways. Okay. It's 10 passes, all right?
Yeah, but
it really doesn't affect the game. Exactly. So that's where you have to be mindful with data. No?
The whole kind come back to coaching.
Yes.
Because they all analyzing around 16 players are more analyzing UEFA Champions League.
Yeah.
That's around 500 players.
Yeah.
Almost 500 players. Now more analyzing who say Europe for na pass it. We come back here. Do you think say you are talking down anything, but coaching at the basics? Because we don't have an under 9 team as an FA. We don't have anyone training under 12. We don't have anyone training philosophy or any club.
Yeah, it's a big problem. Just look at how we run our academics here.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we have a curriculum that the teachers have to follow all across the country.
Yeah.
Very, very important, because at the end, the cultural everybody is judged on that, right? It's the same thing. So in football, the international game U17 is the WAEC.
Yes.
So what we do here with the curriculum, it has to be measured towards that. And if we are not basing our game or measuring it against the international standard now, then we are not preparing ourselves to compete at that level. It's the same thing. And for me, education is number one. You can't do this without education. And making education, it's not just your course mumra, that's not education. For me, I don't see that as education. It's this. You have to do more than that. You have to find best ways to communicate that philosophy and methodology to every coach. Whether say bit to me afford and also to me afford, you have to do it, because at the end, the coaches are working for the FA. If I coach U12 team,
Yeah.
I'm working for the FA because what I teach eventually is going to go into what the FA is going to do. So why would you deprive me of that education? You're hurting yourself. I know something to me I afforded here, but you still have to find a way to make sure that I'm educated to teach. And for me, and I think the best way to do that, make it easily accessible. But
I want to understand the point well. May they call education. Say teacher ni bi wo Sunyane Nyama school. Na Ghana Education Service at the syllabus ba na ye chere teachers.
Yeah.
Na ya amfa bi anko because teacher ni niska or chere nkora 50 ade wo ho.
Yeah.
Obeseye omo ama oman no.
Of course.
So the
Sanity,
education coaches baby omo bia should be accessible to them,
especially at the foundation.
At the
age.
foundation level.
So that's where you need it. So one trauma the foundation, ABC, this no 1, 2, 3 is now. I'm going to construct sentences when they are older.
Yeah.
So at least at that foundation there, it has to be easily accessible. I mean, can't say free there, but easily accessible to all the coaches that are working with our young kids. And yes, sir, if we don't get them right and the foundation phase, then we've lost them.
Yeah.
When they grow older. But education has to be the key.
Yes. On says to say I may ya for 17 years in this job. But there is a man be will introduce me to this job. Also I was sports for a long time. The first man who introduced me to commercial radio, Mr. Maxwell Usuteria. Was say interview is very insightful and useful. I hope our technical directorate knows this. I have been in sports for a very long time. Maybe me a long time, but not so a long time. But I say I'm being lectured. That is the first point of it, Mr. Maxwell.
It's good to share knowledge, and that's one thing I admire about you, and I've said it numerous times that when you watch your show, you're always looking to educate. And when you know Estamo, Kofi, Listo, you look to educate, and that for me. That's what media is for. You know, we have to share knowledge. It's one thing I always say. For some reason, it's a problem with our coaches here. Everybody feels that I have it. I want to keep it. I don't want to share knowledge. That's not how you grow. You grow the game here. You should be able to share. You should be open for people to criticize and challenge you, because that's how you're going to develop your idea. And make you a better person and a better coach at what you do. So I'm hoping the coaches would share more. There's nothing to hide in football anymore. At the end, at the weekend, we're all gonna see, what you're trying to do. So open yourself, let people criticize, and that's how you're gonna get better.
Na, under 9, under 12, I think you ever call under 15. They say Ghana, so you started a ball from under 17. You were under 15, but you started 3 years ago. I think you started teams from under 17.
Oh, but I know you jai.
Oh, them fans say you jai. Oh, why I say, Parkwasi Fabia will do say he or players. Bodu, also pay under 17 players. Your national team coach, back who also afraid 25 or justify 25 players. Under 17. Last time, under 15 or more free 240 players. And Omuninasa. Nti, the year kind of the nature say, as in Venga, some no can ye miss talent because we don't have anything from age 9 to age 15 now.
Yeah, may see a lot of talent. If that is the process, then we've already lost a lot of talent. The first thing in talent ID is to make sure football is accessible everywhere to every kid in this country, whether we Winchi and Tamale. That's the first thing. If football is not accessible in a good and healthy environment, you've lost talent already. Because there could be a special kid there, but because only access to game, then it's not going to play. Exactly. So that is the first thing. The second one is the education. And then selected players. Now, it's a huge one. For me, if you start at 15, which I think is the right age where you can bring kids together, it has to be regional.
Regional.
That's where you actually district. I'll even go to the districts. Start with the districts. Every kid needs to be seen, and selecting talent is a process. It's not a 1 day or even 2 months or 1 year. It's a process. You have to look at kids numerous times over the course of the year to make a decision. Say, okay, this kid has something that if we take him from or her from this environment to any environment now we can develop that talent, right? Which is why I'm saying, sir, we can start from the district. You have a lot of time, 2-3 years, all right, to teach what exactly you want to teach and give it time for that to nurture. But if you're just going to start at 17, Yakoba, you're selected, again, you
one day.
Yeah,
They choose to players.
one day.
Yes, of course. Yakoba justify players
No.
600. 600 players, no more per 10.
Yeah, it's
600 players
impossible.
one day, almost per 10, almost the 1 hour. Almost ball,
it's impossible. You can't do that. It's
so
impossible.
you're better missing the best.
You're already missing the best. If one day,
Of course, that's how you justify.
no.
Yeah.
They are moving. The vans are coaches, they are moving.
No. I think that's wrong. Again, I can say confidently that's wrong. I don't think you can select talent by
For national
with that
team.
process. No. For me, it starts at most countries do at 15. In the crap, 13, 14 already. You're in your districts. You're in a district team.
Okay.
There is a district coach there or training Kwalano
Okay.
throughout the year until you have that pretty much all across the country. Every district, Biano, there's a regional coach there, a district coach there. From district, you move to regionals.
Regional team.
Exactly. Again, and also not just you select you train them for some
Okay.
time. Make
Okay.
sure you are passing on that philosophy we defined,
Define, no.
and you're creating that
All the
same
regional
environment.
coaches, more the same philosophy or
Yes.
mind or building. No.
The same methodology, same training sessions, same language. Very, very important, because when a kid goes from district number national team, whatever is being said in national team environment, the kid needs to understand, and that starts from the district. Into UBA, you see the same curriculum, same methodology, same philosophy we are believing. From districts to regionals, from regionals, I'll combine regions. You can call it conference or whatever.
Conference of regions.
Greater Accra, Eastern Region, Volta, some of them. These three and you can form a conference.
Okay.
And again, so you're going through all the pipeline before you're going to get to that U15 national team now.
I selected 50, no?
Yes, you've gone through a series of training camps already, and training, not just selection, but training before you're going to get there. Even still, when you get there, there will still competition. You still have to keep those regional and district teams because kids will be coming from the pipeline. Talent identification, it's very, very difficult. Today, you can see a player. You can watch him for 1 year and say, so you know what, maybe the talent is there. Tomorrow it can change, and it's easily to miss talent. That's why it's important so you keep players for a long time before you actually make a selection on who is the right fit or not.
Well, this regional, national, may read about there was a player, Sanya.
Diarana.
No, Sanya.
Bakary Sanya.
Bakary
Bakary
Sanya of
Sanya,
the
yeah.
ball, France, right back. France for the players they call like regionals.
Yeah.
But about national, they wanted to select 2 right backs, but no more 5, including Sanya. So imagine say Brunga Hafo, the best number 2 are worth 15 years.
Yeah.
Central region, best right back.
Exactly.
Volta region, best right back. Greater Accra, best right backs. All 15 years. Yeah, they're more under 17.
Yeah.
How do you select the best 2 out of maybe 6 or your best?
This is where the data, the video,
Data.
the philosophy,
Okay.
and the benchmarking comes in.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And of course, your game model as well. So,
Okay.
if I say Otuado you can see so Otu is trying to develop a game model now,
Game
where
model.
he wants players to play. You're defining player profiles. Every position, there are job requirements we've assigned.
Okay.
So right fullback, maybe we want you to bump on and provide width,
Okay.
or we want you to come inside a half space and play in there. So you have to be comfortable in tight areas. So player profiles is what we look to develop our players from the foundation all the way to the top.
Okay.
Until once you get in front of say 5-6 players all across the region that fit that profile, now data and video comes in. You compare the numbers against the international standard, because that's where the competition is. So if you're not going to do that and just go with what you see, maybe you can get it right, but there's a high percentage that you get it wrong.
Do you know, sir? I'm not saying they know.
Yeah.
What do is watching?
Yeah.
Under 17 coach is watching, under 15 coach is watching. Yeah. They don't have data.
Yeah, but that I don't think I say no is because of the fault of the coaches.
No, I'm not blaming them.
Yeah.
System now, your man under 17 without any data
of players,
no past player, no videos. They just select the players. So pram 1 week near Palm 60.
No player profiles from the
but
senior
who has?
team.
No, I'm telling who has. I've been in this industry. I asked them.
They say you know more than I do when it comes here.
No, they don't have. They don't have videos at Pram.
But you know, also even tactical board. Just last year, you did buy. Almost quite A4 sheet na.
No, more the trot.
Di na. You know, almost justify now. Almost be almost show 11. Over transfer. Who go inside.
Since 1950,
no, it's
football is different.
Yeah.
And nothing abroad for
so offer player when you bring a player to the national team and you release him. I think it's important so you give that player feedback. Say, okay, Ubaya say an uncle ye. So take this with you to your club environment, give it to your coach. And then you would develop the it could be
Obiba national team camp na you releasing na.
Yeah.
I was say a man
you have to give feedback.
Your man be a true book
yes.
be a man.
Maybe so buy say
Nana enkoye
to go back to your environment, give it to your coach. This is why the philosophy is important. When the national team gives a feedback to a player to an environment, the coach should be able to understand what that means.
I want
because again, we are all working under the same philosophy, and so that should be easy for the coach to understand and translate. That's how you help players individually. Because Obana said about 2-3 days, Uncle Pamina. Exactly. But it could also be said that the talent is there, right? But because Abia needs some time to adapt, I won't give him some that time into Abia. So there have been players at Omako, I reject Yomo. But then later on, they find their way out. Afenajan is one of them.
Afenajan is one.
They find their way out somewhere because a team somewhere else sees that special talent. And they develop them.
Partey was rejected at under 20.
Salisu maybe too.
Salisu too was rejected. But then a team be man more time or understanding strengths and weaknesses. Once you players be called Black Stars. So free. Then a coach catch also playing or mutu ye na menka ho. Oh yes.
I know but the omo yan say omo demand media no.
Say what
the player no better say.
Ye na free.
Mate say Messenger for say ye ma free mo. O say sa na ho na wa won say.
Listed their controversial.
Oh no but that is as for that they answer because player be a free camper bar. Ne club CEO frame say what is ye na free mo ma na assign omo call country be oba. Na CEO not your medium. Obisa me check here na true.
One thing I've come to realize we have to take seriously is how we treat people. Look, they are players. We get it set right? But we have to treat these players as people. Very, very important. The experience you give them, if it's bitter, and they'll take it with them for a long time. Even if the player is not good enough now, you still have to treat that player with respect, and that would go a long way.
You never know, baby. Better now open beam.
That would go a long way than we in a free team. It's very, very important that we treat players as
a local coach say one top scorer of the Ghana Premier League or back camp we in a free more man no feedback, but media men say boy no want to me run it, want to me create space training no more want to me follow. Na ye can wo medium, but the player didn't know. Na me nye na wo ka kire me say ye player free more national team camp whether under 14, under 17 or see a man in notes. So on fan command the coach say ade we na me pe on training wo ho. No man confidence say he may be recalled. Yeah, ma obi a feedback okroma.
Feedback is very, very important. Coaches should always give feedback because that's how you learn. Me yeah dey na some meeting. Answer one correct me and I want to share me why I'm eating, then I'm not gonna do the right thing. I'm always
me time na so but no so e me de
the workers is here na I am here pa Prince Odukwan na champion striker. I want to say October 2020, and the Guardian, it releases 60 young players at now 17 years. I'm going to say they're going to be the best. Or
Black Stars camp.
Asad
now,
yeah. Even emotional, like it's an area we should tackle, because again they are people.
But they are okay kind can't you get involved? Ade no nya say Africa ha na ye nipa bia ye nipa bone for. So obi ni made ye mpo a ye hi. But this is your country. And you have learned, you work for FIFA. Can't you get involved in a way?
I can. I've always I've always offered my services to the nation in T. I know the TD very well.
Technical director.
I know
officially
the
former.
president.
And yeah, say you know him. Like if you we are Ghanaian, you have a ball harder, so you understand the culture.
Yeah.
You may be able to define a Ghanaian talent better than the technical director, despite his age. So why don't you get involved to help?
No, I'm spending more time here in Ghana because of the job. So I'm always happy to serve and
be the message, but I say what sign what susubri before.
There be.
Or say be busa knowledge.
Team Kotoku Royals.
I team Kotoku Royals. Was it want to qualify no?
Yes.
Kotoku Royals or say almost say obo in technical areas.
Yes. Over there and say about 45 minutes
50 minutes.
50 minutes. I'm on forcing at the chain. Technical director
no so no about radio so I know so
but something more you okay be falling in now you are benji friend ufoni abenko na chairman head
and now or say hi, good evening, Branty, or a former player of national team.
Yeah.
God bless you and God bless this man you are hosting today on your program. I watch every evening, but this is the best program of the year 2022. This program has shown that it's not always about the players not developing, but the nation as a problem. Or a zero, Ukai no Kotoko Brekumasna, one of the best talents. I may say out left winger, zero, nani di Bennett Ofori.
Yeah, Bennett Ofori.
One of the best. Zero, says Anna your friend. Elvis Ajeba, former sports ministry PRO, they say works and housing, or say Oba. Charlie Yaira, your national team, the technical team, Yaira, Abozege, and what this also. Was it Sadiq? Please, okay, I'm Mohammed Awa. I've followed you for about 1 year now, and I love this guy so much. May Allah bless you for making me happy today. Good evening, Oba. My name is Obobonata, listening to you live from Aplaku. Okay. So if we are going to pass through this, is it going to involve more money or what? No, because it is not difficult.
No, but it's not money. It's not money. It's like I'm happy say FIFA we did a research on all the countries.
Yeah.
Money was a small percentage. Money and population are not predictors of international success. So over 10 Ghana you invest in the right people, in the right areas, you can maximize that. It's very, very important.
And anything Ghana beat USA. Our football. It's not about money.
Yeah, it's about high performance. Again, right things, right time, all the time. High performance life.
One man. Yeah. I say what will be become a time, no, but as a 55 minutes, I am short.
Well, see the woman time as a move. A telephone person party. Or can be. You must see doing the right thing at the right time all the time. Might be a tweeting. Now, now can you know? Or see, 116 players on board. Championship, no?
83% of players.
83% of. Almost started under 17, age 17, on entire into Premiership. Yeah. Now, see, no, a honor, data, no, are you correct?
Yeah.
A hano, we can't treat the boninte. A hano, a quarano 27 years, yeah, been 15 years. And no better know what my but better know what to me. I'm monitano in
okay.
Nimpomani, so young college.
That's the reality.
One way we can probably do this as part of player registration. You include school records.
Yes, school records.
Yes, as part of you do register every player at 15 or 16. There has to be certified school records, right?
No, Obikra the message by answer one man. You know, say if Faisal is talking about we starting developing players at 9 years, how many parents or players will go and change their age at 9? Or see if we start early.
Yeah.
Now you no say yakofa player be working tampo. You 10 years.
Yeah.
Only 20 years not or your correct age.
Yeah.
Because you name the age by 9.
Yep. And it's just for your FIFA Connect.
FIFA.
Every player needs to be registered in FIFA Connect. I know there are still ways people get around it, but again, right things, right time, all the time.
And then Kusi Mensa Capito say your guy is too deep and brutal. We are not honest with selection, so it will be difficult to give feedback to players when we don't select them. This conversation should even be done at club level. We honestly have a long way to catch up, bro. I hope the decision makers will at least make an effort to implement some of his ideas. Kusi Mensa Capito say
the second question.
One man may brain us.
Second question.
Me
customer solution. 2 hours on Monday. Me customer solution.
Okay.
Me customer we a solution.
Okay.
And there's an idea there. And as a sovereign country, you concentrating on intercolleges. My coaches are okay. Akwara nation botomo ko sunyanya oni makwara be fa no dem nation botomo ti o ma group mu nyina
no. One man make a good point. Schools and colleges could be a place for us to start this district and regional team. I'm more boarding school at that, right?
I'm more boarding.
So they're already there. Why don't we just include the technical part? This academy here you see, and if we have schools and colleges already there, you can start an academy.
Oh, school why?
You can. If the UFA and the Ministry of Youth and Sports and Education can just come together and say, you know what, if you Supreme College, you pay 50 beds as schools and collaborative school, but we also want to include that technical piece of it.
You know, more Prempeh College. Yes, our small academy. They eat from dining.
Yeah.
All
on campus.
But then it's our selection of best 50 students
yes.
for Ghana.
Yes. And school. Yes, which is very, very important. School is very, very important.
This idea is very easy.
Yeah, you already have it. You have it. You have the schools and colleges already there. The kids are going to school. All you have to do is just include.
I'm so sad about it.
No, the technical piece.
The specialty part. My camp to be 4 years ago.
No.
Schools and schools.
It can be done.
I think so.
So we can also see academies all across.
Maybe not
until we get there. You can start from the schools and colleges because we have it there already. The facility is there.
Faisal, I did an ameba so a very require more than 1 hour. My bread and swasso. Yeah, the casas are 1 hour. But we don't know. Now me ba national team academy.
Yeah.
And the facilities are the best are near my way.
Yeah.
But the first point in the crowd say it's not too difficult. So we could see that can see I don't know. Say you bet me enya. The next 2 hours or 1 hour 30 minutes on Monday, because there is no league, and now Tuesday. Unyanko ye no the FIFA for ni nyambe fa.
Yeah, but actually our workshop Morocco. So tonight I'm out. But me buy. I promise you I'll give you 2 hours. No. Just for a week.
Wo de ye ni abre o my Ghana ye ni abre a se kotoko. Yeah, per development. 17. How kwesi a selecting de o wie ni nyina ba 170 players. 240 under 15. Under 20, Karim Zito selected 50, 170, and what 23 points. 75 million, 150. And I we say board so have fun there 28. Under 7 under 20
under 20.
What did I say what do more camp and no more call France and so my under 20 no kwai what 3.
Oba okase so okase so to say na dwimu da ho.
No, was you there no.
Bibia ha no. Ne yesu ti anye se bia
o David
o se
ne wo fie mesro wama.
Okay.
One man and your man old man have no program we so no. And then what do you why
you feel mesro
me bacho I say na Esther or you be re also Oba, can you please text Prosper Harrisonado to get Bernard Lippe to listen to this interview, or better still get him the tape. Also not down for no. Sir Bernard Lippe na down for ne. Ghana Hano se uni ma de na ya na tem bia ho ahi. Eno ye said the city Sapoma me pa me pass him bia mpacho.